So it's the first day of August. That means the first day of classes is coming up just around the corner, and 1 week for some, 2 weeks for others, and the weather pattern before we get there is going to start getting a little bit weird. You know, we've been in this heat wave the last couple of days. It seems like it's been a week, right? Well, temperatures are actually going to start to cool down, and that's all because rain chances are going to increase significantly, especially today and going into the weekend. So today is going to be the last day of this heat wave. Right now it's about a few minutes after 7 o'clock on your Friday morning. Do notice that we still have a heat advisory in effect for everybody in the low country, parts of the Midlands, and even the Lakelands in the upstate. This goes until 8 o'clock tonight. This is saying that the heat index will be reaching over 108 degrees in many of these locations this afternoon. And notice we actually have some thunderstorms showing up on the radar in Bladen, Columbus, and also Brunswick counties in North Carolina. They are electric. They have some thunder and lightning with them. And notice there's even some heavy downpours that are starting to form out to the west in Marlborough County, Richmond, Anson counties in North Carolina. That's going to continue to push east. They're not moving very slow, but they are producing some heavy downpours. So just something that's kind of rare this time in the morning to see those heavy downpours. Otherwise, the rest of us are seeing rain-free conditions right now. And the temperatures are going to reach 90s very quickly this afternoon. We're going to definitely be at 90 by the time we get to 12 o'clock, and our rain chances are going to come in, say, after 3 o'clock, and then they'll shut, say, after 9 o'clock, and the winds are going to be relatively calm this afternoon. The severe weather risk is going to be marginal, and that's going to be for everybody in the forecast area. What we really have to worry about today is the risk of flash flooding. We've got a greater risk of flash flooding today than we do of severe weather, and that slight risk of flash flooding does include pretty much everybody in the forecast area in South Carolina and North Carolina. This is just for today. The weekend is going to feature a lower chance of seeing flash flooding, but you'll notice on the future radar that scattered showers and storms are going to develop in the afternoon, and then they're going to move east, and as they do, it's going to be relatively slow. And so any of these areas, especially in the east along the coast, that see rain that does stay over the same area for a long period of time could end up seeing some flash flooding go on, especially in areas in the eastern part of the Carolinas, and that could cause some small craft advisories to be issued for areas just off the coast. Throughout the weekend, we are expecting rainfall amounts to be few and far between. Some areas will see less than a quarter inch of rain, but do notice that it's showing 4 inches for downtown Charleston. This is because some areas could actually pick up on some heavier downpours, and this is all going to be dependent on where the most instability will be. And so anybody that gets some of these heavy downpours could end up with 2 to 3, maybe even 4 inches of rain throughout the entire period of the weekend, and that's going to be the areas where the most flash flooding is going to be possible. Again, don't focus in on the exact numbers for each town. Just kind of get the moral of the story that most areas in the state are going to remain at low rainfall amounts. Some areas are going to be seeing rainfall amounts that are relatively higher. But do notice over the weekend, look at this. This isn't a typo. High temperatures only in the mid-80s. And actually on Sunday, it will be so cool that the humidity will be a little bit lower. And we actually aren't going to see the heat index get over 95 on Sunday. It's going to be a relatively nice day, but we are going to be seeing the chance of thunderstorms roll in, and that is going to be a high chance of thunderstorms both days on the weekend. And then next week, almost every single day, we have a chance of storms that is likely. Temperatures go a little bit up. They're back into the upper 80s. And then look at this, lower 70s by the end of next week. We could even see temperatures in the upper 60s. So finally, this heat wave is starting to come to an end, and we're starting to see cooler temperatures come back to our forecast starting this weekend and then going into next week.